Everybody's looking at investments, and some folks are still trying to find something better than Tesla. Yeah, Tesla, it could only go up a little bit, right? Well, maybe, maybe not. There are some other companies out there that exist. I don't know how many of you know that. I expect all of you do. So we're going to take a look at some very foolish headlines from Motley Fool and discover just how crazy you'd have to be to look at this and take it seriously. I'm Brian. Welcome to Future Raza. Got Randy Kirk here when I'm talking investment stuff. Sometimes I have to bring on Randy.
But you said foolish and crazy and not worth. I was worried that you were introducing me.
No, my viewers already have a pretty good handle on you, Randy. No, let's take a look at this. Here's why Lucid Group stock is a buy before February 25th.
Good.
So I'll just give you a quick rundown and you tell me how on track they are. Hey, since going public, sales have grown by 16,000%.
16,000.
Yeah, I think
16,000.
They haven't sold 16,000 cars yet. So I think they went from selling hats and shirts to selling a handful of cars. Company's share price, however, has struggled due to the market overpricing its stock at the IPO. But sales are still growing in the heavy double digits, while valuation multiples hover around all-time lows. Yeah. So, I mean, right there, what are we thinking there? Does that math make any sense? Does that math to you, or are they?
I'm not exactly sure how you get to that 16,000%. Is that 16? Is that? I always forget how to do that. Maybe that's only 1,600 times.
I don't know.
That might be 1,600 times.
But since IPO, I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. Yeah.
Listen, one of the things I did, you kind of gave me a hint what we're going to talk about. So I looked up lucid as a word. It means clear. It means, there's a lot of clarity involved. That it's something that is unmistakable, something that is, it's pellucid.
Okay. I don't know either, Randy. That's why I'm. So, quick question. Yeah. Is Lucid a buy?
No.
Well, what if I told you Wall Street consensus estimates that revenues will grow by 118% this year?
That'll be great. I want to know when their profits are going to become a thing.
Would you believe I have charts for that?
You do?
I do. But they did mention that Gravity has begun deliveries. Yeah. So that's exciting.
Or grave.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because this is not the model that will save them. You need a high volume, lower cost model with a positive margin. So I don't think that's the part that's going to save you. We've got this fantastic chart from AJ to share. This shows every company. So the axis begins over here with when did they first, go public?
Yes.
And how is their revenue doing? You look at Tesla. Oh my gosh, they were at like negative 9 billion before turning it around. You'll notice there are no other success stories on this chart yet. And Lucid is this black dashed line here, and dashed may be apropos for the hopes of ever getting your money back. My concern with Lucid isn't that the company is going to die. It may not. They have very deep pockets in the Saudis. I think the bigger concern is dilution, because in order for them to continue burning cash at the rate they are burning it, it would require homeopathy levels of dilution. So I don't think this is the winner.
And there may be a limit to how far the Saudis are willing to go with this. I mean, these guys are not stupid. They have massive amounts of money, but they also have massive amounts of other things they can be putting the money into.
Yeah. And AJ has another chart we can share here. This is, they better be, since one costs 2 times the price to make than what they sell it for. This is also from AJ. This shows profit margin A gross profit margin since IPO. Look at that. Tesla had, very little below this line, which represents zero. And here's Rivian doing better, much better. Lucid still doing pretty bad, not as bad as they have.
Yeah.
But this is the gross margin, not even the net margin.
Right.
This is a brutal trend.
Indeed. Listen, everybody told Elon, "What are you, crazy? Getting into the car business? This is an absolute." What did Elon say? Maybe he felt he had a 10% chance of success. Well, 9 others, I think, have bit the dust. So, at least, but even in the United States, we've had Archimoto and now Canoe and
Fisker, Lordstown,
yeah, bunches.
It's tough. So while we're on the subject of Rivian and Lucid investors need to watch this one big competitor. Hint, it's not Tesla, it's BYD.
They need to watch them.
Well, BYD is an exciting company. They make exciting products in tremendous volume that are tailored for the markets they serve. They've got very affordable vehicles. They've got very premium vehicles. The reason I won't invest in BYD is because they're not traded in a real fashion on a U.S. exchange. What are your thoughts on BYD as an investment?
Well, if I didn't have Tesla as an option, and I really wanted to be invested in this space, I might consider it because there's this kind of smart guy that's done really well investments over the years who's had a very, very large stake in BYD and has made a lot of money in BYD. This would be,
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. Yes. So anyway, now he's been trimming his stake, but he hasn't gotten out of it like he did others. He's still got a stake. And so, yes, I think if Warren thinks it's okay, I probably would think it's okay.
And there's nothing wrong with profit taking. Yeah. I don't see that as a sign that if you had serious concerns, you'd be all out. But I think between BYD and Tesla, I think in the automotive space, BYD might have a brighter future. But in the space beyond automobiles, I'm not convinced BYD has anything other than their own version of Megapacks, which are not as profitable. So interesting.
It's an easy decision for me. I mean, I've never seen any company that has a greater potential for upside than Tesla ever.
You know how I feel. I feel the same. Yes. While the government did highly subsidize the Chinese EV industry, the automakers themselves have to be applauded for seeing a target and reaching it with ruthless speed. And worth noting also that there are a lot of countries where healthcare is a right. It is a lot of countries where it is a right, and the government is on the hook for the healthcare. They want to reduce, pollution. If you look at asthma rates near highways, it is higher. Children's lungs are damaged by exhaust. It is not a super healthy thing. So let's get on to Tesla versus Rivian, which will be the better EV stock to own in 2025. Now, before you answer this question, Randy, would you like to look one more time at the chart?
Yeah, you're right.
This yellow line is Rivian. No one in automotive history has lost more money than Rivian, but the line appears to be slowing down.
Yeah, so, I have thought long and hard about Rivian. I've talked about it a little bit on my channel. I really kept thinking that they could make it. And people have argued with me on my point, but I'm a sales guy, okay? I mean, yes, I'm an ex-manufacturer, but at my heart, I'm a sales and marketing guy. I'm a product guy. If you can't sell enough product into the market, get out. Stop. Just don't do it anymore. Elon said it better than I'll ever say it. If you can't make a compelling product at a compelling price, then you don't belong in business. They've had a bunch of years to prove that they have either do or don't have a compelling product at a compelling price. They should give it up.
I thought the biggest X manufacturer was Elon. I mean, he's made so many things with X in the name. Brian makes dad jokes. I see how it is.
Yeah. Yes.
And by the way, they helpfully put up this stock chart for no reason. At first, I assumed this was gross profits per manufacturer, and Rivian just wasn't on it. But no, this is the stock price. Um, just like their stocks headed in different directions in 2024. Yeah. So did their deliveries. Rivian was up 3%. Yeah. And Tesla delivered down just a hair. That's, I mean, the numbers are so small. Who cares?
Yes.
That doesn't help.
Yes.
I would say I am also hopeful for Rivian, but I'm not going to invest in it. That hope does not translate into that. So we've got one more slide to get through here. I hope your endurance is doing all right.
Mine is. I'm hoping this crowd is. Yeah.
Is Tesla stock a buy before January 20th?
Well, apparently, because the people bought it like crazy on Friday.
Well, my question is, if you've got a little capital to deploy, are you deploying it now or after earnings?
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, first of all, let's just, that'll take a minute. But yes, I do believe that the market will be up strongly tomorrow. As we're recording this, the Asia markets are up. Bitcoin is up. It looks to me like the optimism will continue into tomorrow. And I think that the overall market will be up. And that probably means Tesla will be up probably around double NASDAQ, which is this normal thing. It's been following the NASDAQ pretty much all last week. I don't think there'll be any special Tesla bounce, just a regular following the NASDAQ. Now, as the week goes through, things can get a little more confusing because there's going to be a lot of chaos this week. I mean, I don't care what party you're in. I don't care if you love Trump or you hate Trump. There's going to be a lot of chaos this week. A lot of things are going to be undone that were done, and a lot of things that haven't been done are going to be done. 200 executive orders on the first day. I mean, it's going to be chaotic for the next week. And that could have impacts on the market in either direction. And it's really hard to know. And so it's going to be a very interesting week. Now, earnings wise, I'm expecting a beat. So therefore, once we have earnings, my call is that we will be, believe it or not, at 410 on the 30th, let's call it. Couple 3 days after earnings. That's not because I think the earnings call is going to be bad. It just means that whatever happens between now and earnings, we'll get back to 410. Now, that's a pretty conservative call for Randy Kirk. And there's others who are higher than me. Some are thinking 450, 480. And I would not be shocked. I wouldn't be at all shocked if we were at 450 or 480. But 410 is my number.
Nothing surprises me anymore. Yeah, I'd say that. Okay, ghosts. But other than that, nothing really surprises me. So the question stands, you've got some capital to deploy. Do you deploy it now or wait for earnings to come out? Because I'll tell you what I always predict is a small beat and then the stock goes down, because that's just the market doing market things.
Yes. What we're seeing, though, is there's a new rub. The new rub is Elon's attitude. And so everybody's saying now it depends on whether he's in a good mood or a bad mood during the call. And I think his mood will be
ebullient.
Yes, I've been described as that. And so I think that's my normal state. But Elon sometimes is a little glum. But I think he will be quite excited next Wednesday, a week from Wednesday. I think that will be reflected, and that could be reflected in actually the stock going up in the after hours that day and then continuing up the next day. Having said that, you never know.
My answer is always, because, you and I do different things in terms of our analysis. Yes. Because I follow the technicals, the technicals, not the technicals of the stock, but of the actual technology, of the engineering, of the factories, of the production. Because of that, what I say is, if you have conviction, dollar cost average. And if you don't have conviction, don't. And if you're looking to make a quick buck and get out, don't. That's just gambling at that point. Might as well put it all on red.
Mine is slightly different. It's almost exactly the same words. but it has way more to do with those other two products, robotaxis and Optimus. So I don't care. I no longer, I have interest in what happens on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to report on what happens on a day-to-day basis. And because that's what my channel does, I'm going to also give my predictions and my prognostications about, price targets and what it's going to do on any given day. But for my investment, I'm in for years because it's all about Optimus and robotaxi at this point.
Yes. Your conviction is 5 to 10 with good behavior, I think. Pretty sure. So guys, what did we miss? What did we misunderstand? Leave it. If you wouldn't mind, leave it. And for that matter, if you wouldn't mind, you could use my referral code. Yeah, because I've still got some referrals. If you're looking to save $1,000 on your purchase, you can use my referral code. I've still got maybe 7 or 8 of those left for this year. Please do. You can support me other ways. You can also like, subscribe, do what you do. But whatever you do, stay tuned. Stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on Randy Kirk's comments on his channel. Go over there and harass him. Tell him his shirt is not loud enough today. He'll appreciate it.